Hello and welcome to the show. Little story, I ran a couple of 5e sessions at a recent Gods of the North gaming convention here in North Bay. The hardest part of getting ready was generating a selection of NPCs. Felt like it took forever. I've tried keeping a database of NPCs before and it rarely worked out. However, things are considerably more techy than they used to be. I have found a simple fillable PDF that I can fill out and save infinitely. It's a triple win. I'll be better prepared for future one-shots, no matter what form they come in. Character creation is a great way to learn the game, and hey, 2024 rules are out, we're all learning again. And finally, it's fodder for videos. This weekend, I'm working with Warlocks, so I wrote up Stanley here. Stanley is from the 2024 rule set. He has an Archfey patron, and he's ready for some in-your-face action. Stanley spent his youth in the markets of Sully. That's a small town north of Heston in the London Vale, in case you didn't know. He felt the magical pull of some powerful force long before he became a warlock. For years he tried to ignore it. He was content to sell his wares for decades, then, as many elves do, start looking for a new career for his 3rd century. The call was just too much, and eventually he qualified for credit, basically a student loan, and spent 2 years learning to be an adventurer in the schools of Heston. That's pretty normal for this region. By the end of it, he sure could throw a mean eldritch blast. He got a job as a guard at an iron mine near his hometown. Again, pretty normal, especially for an NPC. He spent 3 years at the mine site before gaining 2nd level and getting moved to a more flexible team at the main work camp. He had a taste for melee and picked up Pact of the Blade and Fiendish Vigor with his 2nd and 3rd evocations. 3rd level came quickly and was quite the traumatic experience, as Stanley had never met a demigod before. The old spirit of the forest appeared to him as an elk with impossibly intricate antlers. They seemed to extend for miles, some disappearing into entirely different planes of existence. Now, when Stanley meditates, he finds himself lost in those antlers. He's aware of his surroundings, but also far more than he is ever able to explain. At 5th level, Stanley has picked up Thirsting Blade and Eldritch Smite. He's not as good up front as some of his martial companions, but he can be competitive. He excels at keeping the enemy spellcasters and minions in check. He's reliable for about 20 points a round when he's hitting. Math's hard, but that's probably an average of about 15 points. His big play is Eldritch Smite for an extra 48 points of damage, which he can do twice. Combined with Lucky, that means his first 2 rounds are around 40 points each, and that's not bad. If he can pull off a Hellish Rebuke on a big counterswing, he's really keeping up with his marshals. And they can't fly, or Misty Step all over the field. In his off time, Stanley maintains an income through the proceeds raised by a merchant's guild in Sully. He owns a partial share in a shipping company with routes north, and managed to gain 10 shares in the Heston Alchemy Works when he was able to rescue the soul of a nobleman's daughter. I used the standard array by class chart on page 38 of the new Players Handbook. It's my own lore, but the rules are 100% rules as written. Stanley's big challenge going forward is going to be maintaining his effectiveness in melee as a pure warlock. Medium armor would help him a lot, but taking it as a feat slows down his charisma gains. However, there is a world where he develops his dexterity instead and gets its full benefit, really bumping his armor class. Dipping for 1 or maybe even 3 levels in Fighter is also a strong option, with Eldritch Knight or Side Warrior as an end goal. Leave a comment if you like this kind of video. We're probably going to do it more often, especially if I can make it fit into the new 3-minute short format on YouTube. 140 words in a minute, 420 for 3. I'm at about 600, actually 700 now. If I can cut 115 out of the video, well, we might be able to do it. Maybe I just have to learn to talk a lot faster.